Hi, this is Shaman Weaver Sheila Baker. It's Wednesday, and I am tired of the rain. I'm tired of waiting for spring, and I'm tired of, yeah, all that. So I decided tonight that to encourage spring, I would wear my Easter bonnet. So, hey, Courtney, hi, Nancy. Um, and so that's what I did. And you can put on a hat and it changes, it changes everything. Hey, Joni. And so this is my adornment for spring. This is to encourage the flowers to come out and check me out. Because don't take yourself too seriously. No one else is. All right. So, Courtney, this one's for you. A new spiritual, a new, hey Sandy, Courtney, a new spiritual pathway. And aces, this in my deck are new beginnings. But the beautiful part about the ace and the new beginning is that it's a gift from the gods. So when we do soul searching and when we have it happen that we search our soul and then we take action. Oftentimes it comes because we're divinely inspired. So I know that you're doing a lot of work with beautiful gemstones and creating some gorgeous rings and pendants and things. So my encouragement to you is to use this ace and to use it soon, like, in the next little bit, so that you create a sacred object that when you look at it, it reminds you, oh, this is a new spiritual beginning for me. So I think that, yeah, let me see. Okay, there's one more that wants to come. Let me just grab this one. It's trying to hide. Okay, well, so you have the 1 and the 2. This one says that you're at a crossroads. You've already figured it out. And the reason that I'm saying that is because, look, this staff over here, this wand over here is firmly staked to the, I call this a balustrade. I hope that's the right word, but it's firmly attached there. The other one is in your hand. This wand here that you just got, it's in your hand and it's a walking stick. So you've made a decision. You are now looking out into the world. You're crystal gazing. This is good. You're crystal gazing so that you can see if it's in right resonance with you, but you already know the answer. So, and that's the beautiful part about life, actually, is if we stop and if we question ourselves, right? Because we're looking out there. You're coming here looking for a card that resonates with you. We all do it. Earlier today I was talking to someone in the UK and we did a reading back and forth. So we were each equally excited about what the other one was going to tell us. So we look outside ourselves, but honestly, it's all in here. It's a total inside game. Yeah, so there you go. So Philip, hi. Nunya, nice to see you. Keegan, hi. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you. So if you haven't been here for a while, you're going to notice that the format is changed. What is beautiful about it is that Spirit guided me to say, oh, okay, not just one card for every person, but go a little deeper. And if you would like to be able to even go deeper than that, then by all means, hop on my calendar and book yourself a session. And then we'll do just like this. Oh, look at Anita. I love you. So she's sitting over there. So book yourself a tarot session. A tarot session with me. So Keegan, this one is for you. Cups are emotions. They're the water, the element of water. And so here we have what's supposed to be a dolphin in the chalice. Now, what we know is that the dolphin isn't going to stay in the chalice. And the dolphin is in actuality a unconscious. So there's something from the unconscious bubbling up into consciousness for you. It has no choice but to be revealed, because just like a fish out of water flopping around, it gets our attention. So whatever this is that's up for you right now, there's a message and you're getting the message. The thing about it is, oh, okay. So what they're saying is that the thing about it is that fish is going to land right close to you, so you're going to start smelling it. So this is like something that is bubbling up so that you can address it. So, and so you can dress it. Okay, I don't know what that means to you, but it probably means something. So this thing from the unconscious is bubbling into consciousness. You're meant to let that happen and to actually examine it up close. So, you know, if it was a fish out of water, it would be flopping around. So you want to get close and to actually pick it up and see what that flopping is all about, because it's not in its right place. And it has somewhere to go, which is why it's trying to get out of the emotions and into the material world. So let me just grab you another card and see what that means. Okay, what it means is that this thing from the unconscious, your unconscious, is going to bubble up. It's going to need dressed, wrapped up somehow, and it's going to then bring you a brand new beginning. So this is twice tonight we've seen this. And, you know, we're at a place where it really is time for us to have some new beginnings. You know, I wrote about the old paradigm sucks, and it's time for us to shift up to a new one. So this new beginning that you've got over here, this gift from the God, is on the mental realm. So the message will bubble up from the unconscious into consciousness. That's the mental realm, right? It will get picked up, dressed, and then it will offer you a new beginning about the way that you think about something. This is this is like I said, this is a new paradigm. And it can only happen because you allow this thing from the unconscious to come into consciousness. So hang on, one more. So when you do that, what ends up happening is Major Arcana, the Lover's card. Okay, so we have the emotions coming up from deep within, in the deep unconscious into consciousness, a new idea, a new way of thinking about something, which results in a Major Arcana. Now, this Major Arcana is number 6. Sixes are about harmony and balance. And when you go into that love relationship, isn't that what you want? Even with yourself, isn't it love, harmony, balance, joy, bliss? So this could be, once again, like I said, it's always an internal game. So we carry the masculine and the feminine, regardless of your gender. We have the feminine that receives, bring things in, passes it through our heart. If it resonates with our heart, we take action. That's the masculine. The resonance, the getting it in right relationship, that's the feminine, the receiving, and then the masculine takes it into action. So here you have the deep unconscious. Trying to jump out. Got it. You've got the deep unconscious coming to consciousness, bringing a new way of thinking things, which results in harmony and balance and love internally, which when we have that, oftentimes that's what radiates out and brings that beloved to us. So Keegan, if you've been looking for that, you can know that you've got help here. this new way of thinking is going to progress things for you in a way, well, how about this? In a way that you've never thought of, because this thing from the unconscious needs to come up first into consciousness, into the mental thinking realm, so that it can attract both energies, reception and action. So there you go. I'm drinking a little cup of amore. So let's see. Okay, Sarah, Nunyan, Travis, hey. Courtney, you're welcome. Hey, Sarah, how's Wisconsin? I was there earlier, not today. So here's, Sarah, here's your card, Strength. So what this is talking about is it's talking about how our challenges are actually devotees. They love us so much. I've started calling them blissons. Blessons, because they're blessings, right? Any challenges, any lessons that we have, they're actually a blessing in disguise, because we're here to learn, we're here to grow, we're here to evolve, and we can't do that if we think we have to struggle with our lessons. So what she says is that pardon me, there's no need to struggle. I'm going to put this way up close so that you can see the lion's tail is tucked. The little tongue is hanging out. He's a total devotee. And this is what our challenges are, right? They keep on coming and keep on coming and keep on coming, because we're here to learn. So turn your lessons into blessings, and know that there's nothing that you have to wrestle to the ground. And honestly, if you take a step, you're going through something, and if you take a step back from it, just one little step back, it changes the environment. It changes the atmosphere. If you think about taking things straight on, and they come at you right this way, right? Full on. But if you just stand with one foot firmly planted and pivot, what happens? They slide on by. So this, the bliss in here is that our challenges are devoted to us. We actually create them. I know that sounds crazy, and when you're in it, it feels crazy. But this is good for all of us, actually, to pay attention to this. When we have a challenge, when we have a lesson that's up, be like the lowly dandelion. The dandelion just doesn't go, oh, there's this concrete here, I'm just not going to go for it. It goes, there's this concrete here, and I'm going to take whatever action it requires to do that. So this challenge that you've got, allow it to nourish and nurture you. And so I'm going to just pull one more little card. Okay. And so what happens after this, after you get the lesson and you're in it, then here's the only one of the kings. The rest of the kings are not looking out into the world. This guy is. He's amazingly helpful. He's brilliant. He thinks about all kinds of ways to be inventive and creative. So here's your lesson over here. Here's the dude that can help with it. And you have them within you. You have the strength in you to receive the information, to do what it takes, because you have the power of the mind. The King of Swords masters his mind and is willing to put his thoughts, deeds, and actions behind what he thinks. Wow, that is really good. That is really good. So, Sarah, love back to you in Wisconsin, and here you go. Creatively don't struggle, and think of a new way around it. So that's lovely. Thanks for joining me. Sam, how are you? Ellen, Hi. I haven't seen you before, so why don't I just grab you a little card? And Connie, nice to see you. Gulam, sweet to have you on here. Melissa, hi. Okay, and there, if you want a deeper reading, if you want to spend half an hour with me, and honestly, come on, who doesn't? Um, then just click the little bit.ly link over there and get yourself a reading. So, Ellen, this one is for you. Apparently what you've got going on right now is going to require some patience, because this is what this card is all about. It's pentacles, it's the practical world, it's money and property and tangible things. And, you know, pardon me, I've just planted some seeds. Now, normally, normally I just go out and buy the plants, but I had a friend this year who encouraged me to seed things. That's what you're being encouraged to do. You have actually already seeded them. So whatever it is, Ellen, that you've got going on, you have seeded it. It's growing really well. Only one is ready to harvest. The rest of them require some tending. So the beautiful part about tending to something is that you can pre-tend it, which means to tend it ahead of time. And we do that in our imagination. You know, when I was planting, I was looking at the space I was planting in, and I had a vision of what I wanted. I wanted a circle of fire. And then from that, I went, oh, what do I need to plant? So you've done this already. You've got your inspiration. You have used it. And now it's that tending to it. It's the getting out there and pouring some love on it. And let's see what help you're going to get here. Well, the help you're going to get is bliss. And, when I was just saying, pour some love on it, this card is the 10 of, oh, look, someone's pouring love on me. Yay. The 10 of cups. Cups are emotions. They're the mutable feeling world. Well, this is the very last card in that. So as you're tending to the physical world and patiently growing this, be in this place. Now, if you've been paying attention to me, for a while or at all, you know that I believe that we're here to live in bliss, and anything else is bullshit. So there's been some bullshit. There's been some up lately. So, but this card says that in the process of tending to what you're creating, it is okay to be happy, joyful, blissful, balmy, and extroverted. Get out, make some noise. Okay, because seriously, when we realize that we're here to create, and everything, I mean, look, all that stuff behind me, that's my creation. Somebody else comes into this space, takes it over. It's not going to look like this. We create everything, even the crazy stuff that's in our lives, because our resonance when we're creating that was at a level that perhaps what we attracted isn't really our resonance any longer. So what you want to do, this is a tip for everybody, is you want to actually, I got this little tip from my neighbor yesterday. She was like, take off your shoes and walk in the grass. And so I did. And then not long after that, I was laying out there and looking up through the trees at the sky. And I was thinking, and so so God was like, stop thinking and just follow me. And when you do that, when you take those moments for yourself and you do something different, like you make contact, you get grounded with the earth, Your head is still in the clouds. It's always going to be. This is the element of air up here. You know, this is the element of cups here. We go a little lower and we get into the belly, and what's that all about? That's the fire in the belly. And then we drop down to our root, and that's the earth where we connected. So when you want to expound on something, when you want to create, use the elements to get to a place where you raise your vibration. And then in that raising of the vibration, watch what you start to attract. So there you go. Ellen, welcome. Nice to see you here. All right, let me see who else has popped on. Roxy, hi. Linda, Heidi, Eileen, wow, you guys, this is awesome. Diane, Chili, oh, super. All right, well, Eileen, I'm going to grab you a couple of cards. Let's see what wants to come here. So apparently you're carrying someone's burdens. And there's 10 of them. Now, this is a card that shows up when we sometimes don't even know that we're carrying anyone's burdens. It's a thing that we do, that we reach out to people, and it feels like this burden that you're carrying isn't from someone who is actually still on the planet. It feels like it's someone who's already crossed over, and who you had a relationship with, and their burdens are still here with you. So because they've crossed over, they no longer have to deal with those burdens, right? Because they're in another time-space dimension. Whether they choose to come back and then re-engage with those burdens is a whole nother story, but not your story. So when I see this, what I say to people is go and find some pickup sticks or toothpicks, because they're easier, and take 10 toothpicks, drop them down on the table, look at them. Are any of those yours? If they are, then carefully pick those out. Do your best not to touch the rest of them. Then the rest of them that are not yours, Eileen, you just take something and scrape them into the trash. So you want to just make sure that that the burdens, and this is everybody, the burdens you're carrying are your own. Okay? We're not here to carry other people's burdens. We can walk beside them. We can put our hands in their hand, which I got to tell you is a huge relief. But we do not get to take them on. And I'll tell you the reason why. And this is for all of us who do this. And if you're here and you're listening to this, you do it. So when we take on someone else's burdens, we usually do it because we think they can't quite take care of it for themselves. So we go ahead and we take that. And then they don't get the nudge or the poke. They just get a boom in their little nose. And then, they're like startled because they haven't had the precursors to the big lesson, because you've taken it. So when you let them have their burdens, they learn their lessons. And, honestly, sometimes when we take other people's burdens on and we do it for them over and over and over again, they actually need to reincarnate, because those are their burdens. Those are their lessons. It's not up to us to go and take somebody's lessons away from them. So whoever this is, let their burdens go. And the beautiful way that you can do this, like once you've decided how many of those burdens are yours and the rest, is that you can actually write down, I release you from your burdens. I release me from your burdens. And then take that, and if you can identify them, that's even better. But take that piece of paper that you've written that on and burn it. because that changes. That's an alchemical, that's a shamanic alchemical process. You can do it with anything. We can do it with our own burdens even. We write them down, we burn them. Then you take the ashes from that and you go and you find a little plant somewhere. You dig a little hole and you put the ashes in there. You cover it up. Plants love ash and they start to grow. So then you see, oh, I release me from your burdens. I release you from your burdens. You watch the new growth that happens. Beautiful shamanic way of transmuting the energy of oppression and being burdened to one of allowing and watching the new growth. So there you go. Very nice to see you. Okay. Sam says that bliss is one of his favorite words, that and ease and contentment. I'm not groovy on contentment. I like bliss, and contentment seems like a watered down version for me. So, and I like powerful, big kinds of things. So content is like, kind of like, I don't know about that. But I'll give it a go, Sam. So thank you very much. Marilee, I'm going to draw some cards for you. So the format of doing these the way that I was doing, where everybody got a card, has now been guided by Spirit to actually take you deeper. So in this, and we all benefit from listening. So Marilee, this one is for you, the Knight of Wands. So over here we have the body, mind, and spirit represented by the pyramids. On the knight's gown, his cloak, are lizards. Lizards wake up your dreams. So, and this is this knight is totally ready for action. You can see he's raring to go. And his wand has got lots and lots of new growth. Okay? So, with this knight in mind, and with wands bringing the body, mind, and spirit together, what is your quest? So I'm going to see what they have to say about getting you some help. All right, they did a great job. So, so you go on a spiritual quest. Who the heck do you want to run into but temperance, right? Because temperance brings everything into spiritual balance. And it asks us to take the higher path. Because over here at the higher path is a crown. A golden crown calling us forward to be in integrity, because the wands are passion, fire, drive, connection to the divine. How can you be in integrity or out of integrity while you're connected to the divine? I don't think it's possible. But the gift that they gave you was temperance, who dangles one foot in the water while balancing, pouring emotions from one cup into the other, while with a nimbus around his head, which says, this is no problem. It's like Sam said, that it's ease and contentment. So I would say that, and this is really lovely, I love how Spirit does this. I'm going about contentment, and Spirit goes, yeah, well, contentment is actually temperance, isn't it? It's keeping everything in balance. So there you go. Okay, I'm going to reconsider contentment. But for you, Marilee, what's happening is that this journey that you're on is actually a really beautiful one. And as you go along and bring the body, mind, and spirit together, you're going to find that you're more in balance, and that any of this ripples are going to actually just kind of be calmed down. So there you go. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Diane, I see your little message there. So let me Let me grab you a little card and see what we've got. Uh, Melissa says that she's inspired to change and brighten up. Thank you. My job is to bring more bliss, more joy, more love, more laughter, and brightening up is a great thing. So Vida, nice to see you. All right. So Diane, you said there's a lot of crazy going on. Well, what this shows us is the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles are money and property and tangible things. So the eight is a hugely powerful number. It's money, it's concrete, it's stability. So go and check out the number 8. But also know that you are putting the finishing touches on something. And when we have a project and we're crafting it and we're coming towards the end and we're getting ready to do whatever it is that we're going to do with this, sometimes spirit just starts shaking stuff up so that it's kind of like a test. It's wanting to know what your perseverance is. And we already know by looking at this that you've persevered from the ace, the 1, all the way to the 8. You only have 2 more to go. So this is the finishing touches on whatever crazy is going on there. Feels like it's a physical world thing, not anything else. But let me just go over here. Oh, well, there you go. So here we have the 8, and the next card that wanted you to see it was the 10. So this is having enough time, energy, money, all of the resources that you need to pass on a legacy, because remember I told you were putting the finishing touches on? Well, look here. Everyone in this card is touching someone else. You know, the couple are touching, the old man who's perhaps the grandfather is touching the dog. The little kid hiding over here in the corner there is touching the puppy while he touches the parents. So whatever it is that the craziness is, look at all of this practical world money. Because this is far along. And I just said to you, if you're at the 8, there's only the 9 and 10. And so what shows up? The 10. So in between the 2, go and check out the 9 of Pentacles, because she is beautiful. And she's had enough money, time, and energy to train a falcon. So you've got some practical stuff going on here in spite of the crazy. So hopefully that's helpful. All right, let me see who else I can. Oh, yeah. How about you, since you caught me finally? I saw your post today. Okay, more practical things. So I'm thinking about April, and I'm thinking about why the practical is showing up right now. Well, in the olden days, this was when we got busy. We started our seeds inside. When it got to this time of the year, we started to put them out so that they would grow, so we would be nourished. This knight is really busy gazing at his pentacle, but there's no movement here. He's in the gazing modality, right? He's not in the moving modality. So let me see what they have to say about any kind of impetus here. Oh, all right, of course. Of course, it's the star. So as soon as you claim your stardom here, then he will get into action. But until you claim this, he can't act, because he won't know who he's acting for. He'll be out there and wanting to help, but he won't know. So you've got to tell him, I'm the star here. And you've got to say, this is what I need. Because knights go on quests, right? And usually they go on quests for their queen. Well, you are beyond the queen. You are the star. So when you say to this knight about the practical world, show me. And this is what I love to do when I journey, when I do tarot readings for people. I ask them to focus on, show me what I need to know about. And then you discover what it is you have the about, you already know that. But you discover what you need to know, not what someone else needs to know. Remember, I keep saying it's all within, right? Okay, so I'm going to talk about the star for just a second. I just took some people through a process called shamanic shape-shifting, where we looked at one thing. And we went, okay, we're going to focus 6 weeks on this one thing. We're going to shift it up. We're going to see what the influence is, and what the outcome we want to have. Because we all want to be a star, right? And as a matter of fact, there is nobody who is going to make you the star of their movie. And it's not fair for you to ask. What is fair for you to do is to be your own star. So this is all of us. We have got to be our own star. It's your life. You created this. And only you can star in your movie. You're not going to go out and hire. This is good. You're not going to go out and hire someone to be you, right? While you have a nap or take a vacation. So this is beautiful. So the quest is a practical world, and the way to get them to get into action is tell them you're the star. So there you go. Nice to see you. Annie, I'm going to draw a card for you because you have inspired me to get busy and see what else I can create here. So Annie, this is cups. It's the 7 of cups. And what we have here, I'll put it up close, is a whole bunch of cups that are filled up with a whole bunch of stuff. But all of that stuff is just an illusion, you know? Like nobody really believes that there's dragons. I mean, I am a dragon, so I believe it, but no, other people don't. And all of the cups are filled with something that you might want or maybe not. And when they're this in the upright position, there's a decision that needs to be made. It's an emotional decision. And what I'll say is it doesn't matter which one of the cups you choose first. Because honestly, when we go and choose something, I was very fortunate when I was growing up in Canada, and I was in grade 11. I had an English teacher, and I love words. And he wanted me to be an English teacher too. Well, that was not happening. And I told him, nah, but thanks. So he told me that to just choose any old thing to become, because I was going to change over time, over the course of my life. I was going to change my career at least 6 times. And he said, this is normal. So I felt a huge sense of relief that I didn't have to decide when you're like 18 years old, what are you going to want to do for the next however many years you're going to be hanging around. But that I could choose, and then I could re-choose, and then I could re-choose, and I could re-choose. I've been thinking a lot about commitment lately. And you can commit to something, move into the process of it, and then realize that it's not quite working out the way I want to. So you can decommit. I just give you all permission. And you've all decommitted in probably really unpleasant ways because you didn't think you could. So in order to back out of something, to move something, we have to get angry, we have to get mad, we have to get annoyed, we have to break things off and break things up. What kind of crap is that? You can choose to consciously decommit from something. So, Annie, make a choice and then see how that choice works out. If you don't love it, choose something else. And be mindful of the blessings, those blessings that look like lessons that that come along with that. So let me see. Oh, they want to show you another little something. Okay. Well, when you do this, when you make these choices, you activate this queen because she is the queen of wands. She's all about, what are my desires? Where's my fire? Where's my passion? Where's my desire? And she also is like a cousin or a little sister to the high priestess. The high priestess has a familiar, power animal, spirit guide. They're all the same. They all, and honestly, it all came from shamanism. So just in case you were wondering. So, Wicca came from shamanism. Anything that you can think of in terms of a career, attorney, a doctor, dentist, all of those things had shamanic beginnings. So here you've got this beautiful queen who is not looking out into the world, but she is well cared for. She's got a sunflower, so you know that life is bountiful for her. She's got a familiar, so she has a spirit guide. And I know, Annie, you're into cats. So she also has her walking stick for when she stops contemplating and is ready to move. So this is going to be helpful for you in terms of making this decision. She's going to get her walking stick and she's going to take a walk. And then you're going to make a choice. And if that choice works out for you, that's awesome. If that choice doesn't work out for you, decommit and recommit to something else. It's a beautiful thing. And it allows you not to feel bad about anything. You can commit and decommit and recommit and overcommit. We all do that. All right. So very nice. Let me just pop on. I have time for one more. So let me just pop over here. Carole King. Wow. That's awesome. So I believe, I could be wrong, but wasn't there a singer whose name was Carole King? Do you know about her? So Carole, apparently you do, because this is the party card of the whole deck. This says celebrate life. And some people look at this as the mother, maiden, and crone, the three stages of a woman's life. What I think is important in this is that their cups are upraised. They are celebrating life. They're not, like they're not in the process of thinking about should they have a party. They are throwing a party. And my encouragement, this is for everybody, my encouragement is that you live your life like a party. So what does that mean? It means that when you get up, you actually are grateful. Starting your day with gratitude and meditating even for 2 minutes will shift everything. So think about things that you're grateful for. Now, you obviously have companions because there's 3 of you here. It's not just you with your little cup by yourself. So you can be grateful for that, Carole. You can go, oh, have people to celebrate with. This is awesome. We can, as soon as the sun comes out again, we can go out and run around barefoot on the grass celebrating that spring has no choice but to be here, right? It can't. There's no rollback to winter. Just doesn't happen. So this is a beautiful card, Carole. Let me just see what else they want you to see. Oh, okay. Well, so right next to the 3 is the 4. So because of this celebration, you're also being given a gift from the gods. Because if you can open up to this celebration, you will come into a place where you're really full. You can see the 3 cups are down here on the bottom, all stacked up. You know, he had his party and that was enough. So I'm just stacking up those cups and I'm just going to sit here like, okay, fine, bring it. The however is that when you can uncross your arms, and this is, I love this particular motion. He's crossed armed, right? Nobody is going to get anything into him. Not happening. So crossed arms. So not willing to receive the cup of love that's coming. So my invitation to you is you start here, okay? And you open fully to give and receive love. Open fully to give and receive love. Open fully to give and receive love. And that energy, that just that's a movement. In shamanism, we do absurd things to create a different reality. You know, if the practical and the ordinary worked, then then we wouldn't do that. But silly little things like wearing red, or deciding that, you know, like I'm sick of not seeing flowers outside, so I'm going to put on wrap my head up in this scarf and call it an Easter bonnet and encourage the sun to come out and encourage the things to grow. It's absurd, and yet, let's see. I'm going to bet that tomorrow the sun's going to come out, and so if we all get on that, if we all go, oh, you know, we could influence the weather. I mean, we know we can do this already. People bust clouds all the time. So, Carol, throw a party, invite us all. Second of all, open up to the love that is either on its way to you or already there. So there you go. All right, lovelies. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me for a bit. If you want a reading, a long, elaborate one, and just book yourself a time to do that. And otherwise, you can hop on tomorrow. If you're not Enlightened Spiritual Warriors, then go over to my Facebook group, Enlightened Spiritual Warriors, and join. Because I teach there a couple of times a week, and I also pop on and do some other fun things. So share the love. Thanks for joining me. Bliss, everyone. Bye-bye.